Hello, everyone, and welcome to your video, which is going to talk about some of the common area formulas that you need to know. So I have four shapes here. I have a rectangle, and we have one side of 8, and we have another length of 15. We have a square, and just in case it's not clear to you, squares have all the same side length. That's what makes it square. So we have 9, 9, 9, and 9. Here we have a triangle. And in this case, I have these two side lengths are both 5, but this bottom one is a little shorter. It's only 4. And over here we have a circle, and I have told you that my radius is 20. Okay, so let's talk about what the area formulas are. So the area formula for a rectangle is length times width. Because these are letters, we could put them next to each other and know magically that we are talking about multiplication. So in this case, our area would be 8 times 15. So our area is 8 times 15 equals 120. So we have 120 square, let's just say feet squared. Okay, remember, because we're talking about area, we're always going to be squaring our units. Okay, over here in a square, you would think of a square as just a special triangle. So you could say that our area is going to equal our length times our width again, which would be 9 times 9, which would be 81. Let's say it's inches in this case. And again, because of area, we're going to be inches squared. Sometimes when we have squares, they don't do length times width, which is a personal preference. Sometimes they say, you know what, let's just take the side and square it, because whatever the side is, all the sides are going to be the same. So that would be 9 times 9, which is still 81 inches squared. Okay, right. Triangles are a little trickier, I think. The formula for the area of a triangle is, are you ready? Hold on to your hat. One half base times height. 1/2 base times height. So in this case, I'm going to change my 1/2 into a 0.5 because I can. My base is a 4, and my height is a, I don't know. That's right. You cannot say that 5 is your height, because you see how your 5, that line is slanted? That's not really a measure of how tall your triangle is. Here is the height of your triangle right here, when this comes straight down and makes a right angle down here. So, in other math classes, I will teach you how to calculate this. For right now, you're just going to have to trust me that my height is 4.83. 4.83. I'm not making that number up. That is really the height of a triangle with two sides of 5 and one side's of 4. But no, you don't have to know how to do that. All right, so we're going to whip out our handy dandy calculator, because look at that. So we get 0.5 times 4 times 4.83. So we get 9.66. 9.66. What should we call this? We'll call this miles. Miles squared. Again, we always square our area answers because we're measuring in 2 dimensions. And then the formula for the area of a circle, the area of a circle is pi r squared. And you know that because there's a pi in there, it's not going to be a nice number, but we're going to do it anyway. So that's going to be pi times r is 20 squared. Now, you might have to use your handy dandy calculator to do 20 squared, which we're going to do first before we do the multiplying, because our order of operations says we do exponents first. So we get 400, it's the 20 squared, times pi. Now, that is the exact answer. However, you cannot go into Home Depot and say, I would like to have 400 pi units of gravel, please. No, you cannot do that. You have to give them an actual number. So we'll do 400 pi in the calculator, hit equals. That is about 1257, whatever. Let's call this centimeters cubed. Oops, centimeters squared, sorry, centimeters squared. Because that's how much you would need to cover that whole circle. Okay, so those are some common area formulas. Guess what? You need to memorize these. Right, yes. This is considered basic mathematical knowledge, which means you need to know how to do it. Just like you can tell me what this is, you can say that's a P, that's a Q, that's a T. You need to be able to tell me that those formulas go with those shapes.